could Sung Jin Woo bypass infinity? Now, we all know when it comes down to physical strength and power overall, Jin Woo would dominate Gojo any week of the year. But that's not what the argument is for, it's about what could bypass infinity since it essentially makes Gojo untouchable. But to understand how to bypass it, we need to learn what infinity actually is. In Jujutsu Kaisen, infinity refers to the limitless technique, which essentially creates an infinitely dividing space between himself and anything trying to approach him following the object's speed and mass, causing attacks to slow down infinitely and effectively never reach him. It's like dividing a finite space into an infinite number of parts, making it impossible to fully traverse the distance to reach him, essentially acting as an impenetrable barrier while manipulating the space, which is basically borderline space manipulation, but for defensive forces. He is capable of controlling this on an atomic level, making his space manipulation defense even more broken than it is, making it a hard and tricky thing to go around without having good hacks and abilities of your own, or straight up broken levels of speeds. So, with all of this information in mind, could Sung Jin Woo really bypass infinity despite how difficult it may be? Sung Jin Woo is a very versatile and broken with his abilities and hacks, being able to summon shadows, gain perks through the system, having poison effects and resistances, a countless amount of items in his collection, but which ones could bypass this impenetrable defense? Sung Jin Woo's Ruler's Authority is a powerful telekinetic ability granted to him by the Rulers, a race of ancient beings, allowing him to manipulate objects and forces over a large area with immense power, essentially acting like a form of telekinesis unique to those chosen by the Rulers, allowing him to control and manipulate objects without even touching them from a distance. So it would really depend if you think Jin Woo's mana and spatial manipulation would go through infinity's atomic level defenses, depending if it crossed a distance or just straight up gets into the person. Because if you think so, it will bypass infinity and essentially mark one way for Jin Woo to get over it. Another way to argue is the Land of Eternal Rest, or basically the Land of Death that Sung Jin Woo controls, where he's omnipotent. This power allows him to bring anybody he wants into the realm, and it's so powerful that even a being's own omnipotence gets cancelled out, and making their abilities and hacks unable to be used, no matter how powerful it is. So this is probably one of the surefire ways he bypasses infinity, as he doesn't need to touch the person or anything to have you enter his realm. He just needs to want you in it, where he takes full control of all things. So yeah, Gojo is pretty screwed there. Since we're on the topic of what can bypass infinity, and have proven he could, what if we took it a step further and said Sung Jin Woo's sheer speed alone is enough to go through it? Yes, his speed alone would bypass infinity, as it requires at least infinite speeds to go through an essential infinite distance. Apostles of the Itterims, Yiths, are able to screech and weave universes together by just screeching. These aren't just any universes, these universes have been proven to be infinite and have a dimensional gap with no space-time in it, basically a fifth-dimensional void. These Yiths are able to cross these infinite universes and voids to get to Jin Woo's universe, making the Yiths at least have infinite speed. And you know what the craziest part is? This isn't even the true Sung Jin Woo. What if I told you Jin Woo's real avatar transcended the infinite sea of afterlife where time and space don't exist, the world tree that basically exists nowhere yet everywhere in the universe, the monarchs who view the multiverse as nothing more than a dream? The same one who has fought Itterims without fighting them in his real state? So, with all of this in mind, this is generally putting Sung Jin Woo at immeasurable speed, making his status of bypassing infinity a secure position. I could probably go over his insane scaling in Ragnarok, or even more ways he can bypass infinity by hacks or simply outscale him. But I won't bore you anymore with the reasons, as these are the most simple ones. So, the overall answer to your question is yes, Sung Jin Woo can bypass infinity. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as I'm not the best scaler, so I'll try to get better over time, but I think I got the point across. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment what you think, and always remember to just enjoy a series and appreciate what we have. See you soon! Also, yes, I did use a MatPat voice for this video, by the way, if you were wondering. So that being said, I'm Misjin, signing off now.